The order has been given. We are to attack immediately. Our objective is to take the Kazakh capital of Almaty as quickly as possible, and then push west toward the Caspian oil fields. A small force of Kazakh armor is on maneuvers to the northwest. They must be destroyed to protect our flank during the main assault. Do not fail. It is a small action, but essential for victory.
Greetings, Captain. I'm Su Song, your operation officer. For this action, your force is mostly composed of light recon units, one platoon of tanks, and a few APCs for additional firepower. Pick your platoon leaders carefully. The right commander can make the difference between the victory and defeat.
I'm Major Joe, your intelligence officer. We don't know much about enemy's current position. That's what Colonel Jiang wants you to find out. Familiarize yourself with the map and plan your attack before you move out. Once you make contact with the enemy, you may not have time to.
On my way, sir. On my way, sir. Order complete. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. Complying. On my way, sir. Taking the long way. On my way, sir. Taking the long way. Order received. On my way, sir. I see radar vehicles. Enemy destroyed. Enemy in sight. Done. Fortifying. Digging in. Affirmative. Enemy destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Order received. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. Deploying camouflage. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. Order received. In position, sir. On my way, sir. Order complete. Enemy complying. Order complete. Enemy destroyed. Confirmed kill. Order my way, complete. Enemy in sight. Done. Enemy destroyed. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. On my way, sir. Complying. On my way, sir. Complying. On my way, sir.